Are these guys fucking for real, man? Have they lost their ever loving fuck? They've lost their ever loving fucking mind. Yes, they fucking have. They've lost their ever loving fucking mind. Let me tell you, they've done so. All right, let's get right into this shit. We're here to talk about Star Wars because everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, George Lucas is coming back." Rumors are flying that George Lucas is coming back. Well, Lucas can't save it. Lucas is the one that destroyed it to begin with. So how the hell is he going to save it if he's the one that destroyed it, right? How's he going to save it if he's the one that destroyed it? Well, he can't. He can't. He can't save it. He destroyed it. Let's be abundantly clear. Okay? Let's be abundantly clear here. George Lucas, who has totally changed his story, by the way, but I'm going to give you the original story before he changed everything. The original story of how he got Star Wars was that the gods literally give it to him in a dream. Now, he didn't say the word gods, but he did say he got it in a dream. All the first 3 Star Wars movies were literally given to him in a dream, and he got up and wrote the shit down on a notepad. Now, if you go on the internet and read today, he has totally changed that fucking story. No doubt under pressure of some kind, but he totally changed his fucking story, which pisses me off. Now, here's the problem. The problem with Star Wars is that the first 3 Star Wars movies were about the Jedi religion. I mean, they even wore monk robes, for fuck's sake. They wore monk robes. They were a religion. They had a god called the Force, who Yoda exclaimed was, in us, around us, through us. It binds the universe together, et cetera, et cetera. Yoda explained it all very, very thoroughly and very, very completely. And Star Wars, the first 3 Star Wars movie literally established a real religion that a lot of people actually, changed their religion to the Jedi religion because the Jedi religion made so much goddamn sense as opposed to the bullshit we have today, other than freedom religion, of course, or maybe Wicca. But according to, most of the bullshit we have today, the Jedi religion made sense. And a lot of people actually changed their religion to Jedi religion because of that very reason. And then you say, well, now, what's the big deal? Okay, well, let me frame it up first, because Han Solo said in the first Star Wars movie, he said it plain as day. He looked at Luke Skywalker and he said, I don't need your hokey religion. Okay, so let's be clear here. The Jedi were a bunch of monks that worshiped the Force as a god. Let's be clear on that, because that's important. That is the pivotal situation here. Okay. Now, after the first 3 movies comes another movie called The Phantom Menace. And The Phantom Menace did something horrible. It took the God, the Force, and translated it into a bunch of goddamn chemicals in your bloodstream called midichlorians. And let me be abundantly clear. I wasn't the only one that got outraged, got up out of my chair, and walked out of the theater. A whole shitload of people got up and walked out with me. And the attendant at the door was even like, where are you guys going? The movie isn't over. I said, it's over for us. It's over for us. And it was. And I never went back to Star Wars after Phantom Menace. I tried. I wanted to. I mean, I checked out one of the animated series called Clone Wars. I checked it out. It was animated. It was cartoon. I checked it out. But I just couldn't get back into it. I'm sorry. I mean, they radically changed the whole fucking fundamental purpose of the goddamn Jedi religion, because they're not a religion now, because they don't have a god anymore. You get it? Now, the only possible explanation I can come to is that the Bolsheviks, who are in power of the fucking media, convinced George Lucas to go with the atheist route. That's the only thing I can come up with. He was pressured or perhaps paid to go the atheist route and to trash the whole fucking Jedi religion, trash the God force, trash everything. Because everything. Once you change the force into just a bunch of chemicals, you've radically changed everything about the damn series of movies. The direction has been radically changed at that point. And like I said, his original story on how he got the first three movies, he got it in a dream. In other words, the gods literally gave it to him in a dream, and he wrote the shit down when he got up the next day. He wrote the shit down on a notepad. And now he's totally backed away from that. Why? Because Bolsheviks in the fucking media, I will remind everyone, Bolsheviks control 90% of our media. And Geeks and Gamers touched on this. The Quarterling touched on this. That Star Wars girl probably touched on this, although I haven't seen her video on it. But here's the problem. The problem is that it cannot be saved. It just cannot be saved, because once he created the Phantom Menace and created the fact that the Force is not a god anymore, it's just a bunch of damn chemicals in your blood, that destroyed the Jedi religion, because you can't be a religion if you ain't got a fucking deity, right? I mean, common sense will tell you that. All right, so the Jedi are no longer a religion. Okay, so that begs the question, why are they still wearing fucking monk robes if they're not a religion anymore? But anyway, I digress. You know, they can't be a religion if they ain't got a fucking god. Well, they don't have a god anymore, because it's just a bunch of fucking chemicals now. So they ain't no fucking god. It's just chemicals. So it's not a religion. It can't be. Not a legit one anyway. So it's just bullshit. It's bullshit and lies at that point. All right. And like I said, the Bolsheviks in media is the ones that did this shit. I'm absolutely convinced. George Lucas bent the knee to the atheist lobby run by Bolsheviks in our fucking media. Period. End of story. And destroyed Star Wars forever. So Star Wars is never, ever coming back. It's never coming back. It's on live. It was on live sport. I think it's finally dying. Finally. You know, but it was on live sport there for a while. I think they had the Mandalorian TV show come out for a while, and it was all right, I guess. But it's dying. Star Wars is dying. Let it fucking die. George Lucas doesn't give a fuck. He bowed the knee to the atheist Bolsheviks and destroyed his fucking franchise. George destroyed it. Let's be clear. George fucking Lucas destroyed his own goddamn franchise listening to a bunch of motherfucking, and that's the truth. That's just the fucking truth. Because if he hadn't come out with that damn movie, The Phantom Menace, Star Wars would still be booming to this day. I am absolutely convinced of that. The gods literally gave Lucas that goddamn movie, and he threw it away for bullshit and lies. Unfucking believable. You know, but there, you know, I just can't believe that, you know, people don't get this. Apparently people are not getting this, and this is not hard to figure out. It's pretty damn easy to figure out. When the gods give you something and then you fucking toss it in the trash, what do you think the gods are going to do? They're going to put a curse on your shit. You ain't going to prosper after that. Common sense will tell you that shit. You're not going to prosper after that. You're always going to be fraught with problems. Just like the Star Wars franchise has been, right? Yeah. Ever since, right after the Phantom Menace, Star Wars started having problems over and over and over and over and over again. Why? Because they left what the gods had given them. They strayed from what the gods had given them, and that's unfortunate. You know, but nobody. Well, let's be clear. Star Wars is dead, or at least dying, because of George Lucas bowing the knee to a bunch of goddamn atheists called Bolsheviks. He bowed the knee to them, made come out with the Phantom Menace movie, which killed the god Force, the god called Force, killed him dead, reduced him to a bunch of chemicals in the bloodstream. And that's what destroyed Star Wars. Period. End of story. You can spin it however you like. You can try to change it however you like. You can call me a fucking liar. It doesn't change the facts. The facts is that Lucas himself is to blame for the destruction of Star Wars. Period. End of story. And it's because of Phantom Menace. And that's sad. It's sad, but there's nothing you can do about it because the Phantom Menace is out there, and there's no denying it, no way to spin it, no way to get around it. It's out there, and it's truth. But anyway, I wanted to get this out there because I know there's people touching on this, and and they're kind of hoping that Star Wars will come back. I love Star Wars. I love the first three. I love Star Wars, but it ain't coming back, guys. The Phantom Menace destroyed it forever, changed it forever, and the atheist Bolsheviks are not going to let it thrive anyway. They wanted to destroy it because, see, the description of the Force as a deity probably pissed them off. That's probably what did it. Because it made so much goddamn sense. The idea of the Force as a deity made so much goddamn sense that people picked up on it. They're like, wow, I believe it actually invigorated people. It actually opened people's eyes to the reality that, hey, maybe monotheism isn't what we got. Maybe monotheism is playing us, and we need to seek elsewhere. And a lot of people did as a result of that, and praise the gods for it. They made you think, which is a good thing. Making you think is always a good thing. There's nothing bad about thinking about shit. But these Bolsheviks probably became enraged at that point, and forced Lucas to come out with the Phantom Menace, which totally nicks the whole damn thing. So I'm going to get out of here and went, but my little rant for the day, no, you're not going to save Star Wars. Nobody is going to save Star Wars because Star Wars was destroyed by the Phantom Menace movie. That destroyed Star Wars. Listening to a bunch of atheist fuckwads is what destroyed Star Wars. Period. End of story. And with that, I'm out of here. You have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Bye.